Hello folks, and we're back. I understand the last series of videos, almost 10 videos, in succession, were mostly dialogue, and they weren't action heavy, but we're getting back into it and we're gonna cruise to the end of the game here. I will show you this battle, this Shogun. It's not really that hard. I might bring Dosan-chan. Your front row's got to be kind of specific. Scout with her as well. I just wanted to scout it and see exactly what they have here. All of these fights, I'm fairly certain, are predetermined. There's the Shogun, and you can see Battle Strategy 3 and Remove Status 3. You absolutely need a tactician. I can't make that sound more important than it is. You just have to have one. If you don't have a tactician, you're not going to be able to win. In your first playthrough, more than likely, you're going to struggle so badly. It's not funny. I mean, oh God, you just bring a tactician when you do this, or you're gonna regret it. In my case, I'll bring 2 tacticians, so that way there is no way I will be in trouble. And while it's not the Demon Army's last capital, this music still plays because it will play at all of these capitals. They're all serious battles, and you need to be prepared for them. I will buff my guys with I, and I will attack probably with Sanida. Hit this guy. I should have brought Hojo Son as well, though you can throw him in the air. I have Notori and Sagan both present, so it's not as big of an issue. And they don't have anything that can interrupt you, though they can and will kill your back row. Those guys right there will do it. They also have a time killer, and they are infamous to people trying to do these castles. Holy shit, and you're gonna see why. Because I guarantee you, in one of these 3 capitals, a time killer is gonna fuck me, and it's very bothersome. The Shogun is probably going to remove my stats. There you go. There you go. Haha, time killer. Killing the time! So you don't, so you don't have enough time to do enough damage to win. And that's why battle rating down 2 is so helpful, and people like Notori and Sagan are so helpful. I'm going to try to use them both here. These fights are fairly specific, and if you're relying on assassinations, you can expect to do these fights numerous times. If you're relying on melee fighters, you're going to expect to do these fights a couple times. If you're relying on people like Notori and Sagan, you can probably get through it on your first go. If you're relying on tacticians with battle rating down, you can probably get through it on your first go. So, take note, and, hopefully at this point in the game you've got the units. If Katz and Renmaru are still in your A team, oh boy. They were in my A team at this stage in the game. Not a good thing. Not a good thing at all. And the Shogun hasn't attacked, but if he has the opportunity to attack, he's going to do pretty hefty damage. And it's not a good thing because, like I've told you, he attacks the same way that Mado attacks. He attacks the same way that the bongo drums attack. His unit is a bongo drum unit, and we're going to see it attack here. But Death's Sith should push them back far enough. I am worried about Sagan being annihilated, however. No, he'll be fine. Sagan's a smart boy. Well, he's like 60 or something, right? I don't know. He looks a lot younger than he must be. But, these fights are really bothersome. What I just did here is not... I didn't do the difficulty of this fight any justice, because I had Notori and Sagan. Most people will not have either on their first playthrough. So, that's how that goes. But Rance just goes into the castle because, they're at war with the Demon Army. Let's not forget the people who've died, Let's not forget Gigai was just killed recently. Let's not forget the things that have happened to Koime, in association with the Demon Army. The death of the Shimazu brother, the Blitz, the seriousness of the situation. Rance just walks in. Oh, I know you guys. Cracks it open. There's a girl inside. And, we're talking about Rance here, so he's got stuff he's got to do. But yeah, those Shoguns, those demons are in other games. Previous games. And I would not be surprised if we saw them in Rance Quest, in some way or form. The scene might be safe. I'll see. We'll see together my fellow viewers. We'll see together. But yeah, that's how this goes. And there is only a scene for the first Shogun. Rance doesn't, you know, a new age scene isn't present for each Shogun, though Rance still does things with the women inside of them all. It's very strange, and I don't understand why there's a girl inside of them, other than that this is an H game and there needs to be one there, you know? But after this first castle, the demon army changes a little bit. The scene's shit anyway. Like, this is one of my least favorite CGs in the entire game. So I'll just skip it. It doesn't even matter. But there you go. And of course we're unable to advance here. And Kentarou's Great Adventure, Cairo, is available, and you can believe I'm going to take advantage of it. Also, if you have Agureda in your army at this point in time, you can recruit people from her tribe here. That's a unique thing about her. Several of the Demon Army's main territories have opportunities for Agureda to recruit 1,000 troops. You can make her an absolutely massive and devastating unit if you capture her. And she feels most appropriate in True Route, but at the rate at which the game is going, I will not be able to capture her. Simply because if you annihilate her unit, it takes her forever to replenish, you know? She just takes forever, and, you know, I haven't seen her for how many turns here? She hasn't attacked me, so, you know, I can't make her replenish faster. I have to just deal with it, and I'm not reloading the game. So, a missed opportunity at her capture is gonna... Well, it's pretty much gonna do exactly what you've seen here. I'm more than likely not going to be obtaining her on my first playthrough. Her character clear for the first playthrough requires all of the Shimazu brothers to die. And because that's a requirement, and it happens throughout the story, you get Agureda's character clear, and you get her H scene, which is a decent one. Yeah, you can get her to love with Rance and all that jazz. But yeah, I think this is where Mickey offers to defrost Syl, and oh my. But Rance just said the room is cool because Syl is frozen. So basically, Syl is a frozen battery. Mickey has more power than she realizes. If she can make an infinitely frozen object, she could probably make an infinitely hot object, thus solving all of the world's power issues in the future, right? That's interesting. Yeah, so I mostly did this scene because Rance was 7 out of 7 affection for himself. So I'm of course going to give him levels, and I need to start getting him a little higher than he is. Kentarou, I think, hit 45, which is acceptable for him from my perspective. But I'd like to get Rance a little higher still. Though together they should be able to handle Xavier at the end of the game. It's too dangerous. You're damn right it's too dangerous. I've mentioned before that this is a game over if you let Mickey try and save Syl. It's a small quest for me. To defrost Syl, I guess. Hopefully I didn't read that too out of context. But yeah, this is mostly the last... It's not the last scene with Syl being frozen that's relevant, but it's one of the last ones that you'll see. Yeah, I won't spoil the end of the game totally. It's got some really beautiful CG, but we'll see that in time, so don't worry about that. Izumo is being attacked, and Izumo is a territory you'll see me fight against Moria in future playthroughs. It's got a pretty brutal castle. Oh man, speak of the succubus. There we go. Let me look at this again. Tactician. I don't have Niwa again. Fuck. Alright. Cats, Maida, both up front. Kenshin, Dosan. Son. I've used a lot of my good units here. This is gonna be really iffy. This is gonna be hard. I don't... Oh. Ooh. I guess I've got to use Ganko, don't I? Alright, yeah. Alright, I still want to take out Agureta, but this could be very, very bad for me. Shikigami 2, I guess. I didn't see it available for Son. It might have been in a different category, but you can get advanced Shikigami, and it consumes all of the Shikigami. It consumes all of the person's action flags, but God, this is really bad. I shouldn't have done this fight. It consumes all of their action flags and hits for 1.5 damage. That's very good. I don't like giving that to Son because having him Shikigami and then something else always leaves a good opportunity, you know, for him to really change the battlefield up quite a bit. If something goes wrong, like here, I'm probably going to need him to throw a shield up to stop Agureta from killing Maeda KG. So, I mean, even that might not be enough. I fucked up pretty bad. I'll give it to Layla. Hopefully she'll get a defense arrow. She didn't. I wanted Layla to be able to pick up a hit, but I don't want her getting captured. So this is putting me in a in a pretty bad situation. I'm not gonna lose, but Maeda KG might lose. And the immortality of your own troops. When I was talking about that, it may only be in higher difficulties. Fuck. She had to use the shouting charge twice, too, you know? She couldn't do it just once. Bitch. Throw that on Layla. I'm not letting her get taken out. Definitely not. I don't want to do that. Oh, well. Yeah, I guess I should have definitely had Notori or Sagan if I was even going to attempt taking out Agureta, but yeah. And I obviously didn't have an optimal tactician for that either. Another big issue. Fucking Do Sunshine. Oh man. Ouch. So that's a painful part. It's a painful part to stomach. But now you know the real threat there when Agureta is out there with the attack bonus. Nothing will save you. Nothing will save you. Remarkable luck again. Neither of my people died. The unit immortality thing I was talking about, I might have mentioned it in the fight. I don't know. That was an intense fight for me, but it may only apply in higher difficulties. Yeah, I might have mentioned that. Oh well. In any case, you know again. Son established an office inside of the Oda Castle related to the one he had previously. In Hojo territory. Because, you know, it's still his responsibility as the Hojo clan leader to kill ogres. So that's what him and his subordinates do. They go around Japan sealing hellholes, and killing ogres. That's what they do. Now, this doesn't make as much sense here because Kuragari Pass, isn't that in enemy territory? Well, our enemies are only the demon army, and you know, that's just not relevant to this situation. Isn't that an enemy territory? Why would we seal a hellhole that's spawning ogres in enemy territory? Well, we wouldn't. We wouldn't do that in demon army territory. And that's mostly because we can't go anywhere within it to do that. You know, Son wouldn't dispatch a group of diviners to go to some ogre pit in the middle of the demon army's territory. But if you're playing in a route that's a little different than this, I guess it feels right. Or if you see this event play out sooner, but it's still, like, 90% of the time you're gonna see this scene when you're fighting the demon army, because when do you have Son? When the demon army's present, usually. When do you get Son's character clear? Well, when the demon army's present, usually, you know. So that's usually when you're gonna see that scene, and it's not usually appropriate. I'll see you guys in the next part.